We're starting over now. Now the hangout is live, man.
All
Let's
right.
you guys got the thing, the alert.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me I'm gonna pull up on my end, man, so I can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just saw something, man. Looked like some collective manipulation, man, going on the YouTubes.
Why you say that?
Oh man, just the way it was kind of going down.
Oh, okay. That's not surprising.
You know, black folks is involved in it, man. So, you know, usually what's the rule about investing, man? They say small money's always wrong.
Right.
So when we think that we own to something, man, we own to some kind of new, some kind of new little hit. And this is somebody that I already tried before. You know what I'm saying? The Nigerian for a 451 scam. The dinars. You
Oh
know,
man,
remember them?
Nas was a big one.
Yeah. The dinars was a big one, man. What else was big?
Cards and sheets.
Yep. Card and sheets.
Um,
Yep. Jim Baker.
Yeah.
Jim and Cherry Faye Baker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the health company is doing it now?
Yeah, which one? Noni juice?
Noni juice always, but it's another with the powders.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's like if somebody had me trying to sell some of this CBD oil. Some of this.
Yeah.
I ended up trading them a website, man, for it. So
okay.
You know what I'm saying? They try to give me a sell. I'm like, man, I ain't got time to be selling this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm busy, man. So anyway, the whole purpose of today is the Grassy Knoll. That's the subject. And the reason why I, titled this the Grassy Knoll is and if you look at the thumbnail, it's the Grassy Knoll, the Nipsey Hussle conspiracy. And essentially, like last night I was on a live listening, and there was it's just like it's crazy, man, because black folks, man, were just like was grasping. We like grasping this stuff, man. Grasping at I said we got ballistics experts. Guys that say the bullet, the body should have went. This one guy even said, man, the body should have been blown back when he got shot. Like we was watching the Expendables. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. They had, people are talking about, what accelerations on charges. You know, because this guy because he had a 45 in his hand instead of a 9mm, that his charges should be accelerated. Where he's now gonna look at life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think
you
have to grow up. You have to grow up in that lifestyle to really know. Majority of people don't grow up like that. I mean, growing up in those kind of conditions, it was just a conversation gone bad. It's some hood politics.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I don't know what it is. But we have, what's his name? Dr. Amos Wilson wrote about conspiracy theories for blacks in his book Black Power.
Okay.
And how we have to stop being too quick to fall into the conspiracy theory trap.
Yeah.
Like really, because usually if a conspiracy is discovered, it's no longer a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And they never get discovered. So don't invest in it.
Well, it's a conspiracy takes where there's two people. Two people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Hold on, it said he's correct. If you don't have that lifestyle, you just guessing. Yeah, the conspiracy is when you have more than one person that's going, that's going to, for any type of activity. So me and you, we both could be talking about how we're going to go get us a pop at the gas station. We could be conspiring. That's a conspiracy. Somebody could have theorized that, because we're talking on the phone about going to the gas station. Oh, what's up, real life?
Oh man, look like over on my end it says we're not live. I don't know what happened.
Nah, yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
they
us.
tripping. No, we live.
Yeah, we
It
live,
wasn't
brother.
for a minute on my end. No, it's a replay. It actually is a replay. What the?
hmm Yeah, a few minutes ago, man, I was in another chat room and they were just talking about a lady was going in, man, literally, she was, announcing, hey, all right, in the building, we need this person needs 5 more subscribers. This person needs 10 more. This person needs 15 more. Like, man, come on, man. That's a violation of terms of service all day long, man.
Oh wow. Wow, it's like that now. I know they used to have the lives where you would share. Everybody would sub to each other.
Yep. Yeah.
Sub
That's who
for
it
something. I remember that. Yeah,
is.
yeah, that's nuts, man.
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
man.
I guess it's another Grassy Knoll conspiracy, man.
hmm
Website, YouTube privates.
Well, let's go over like the different aspects of a conspiracy.
Mhm.
Let me see. You said they may not be live. Nah, we're live. Like she said, real life says, hell, it may be a conspiracy though. They may not be live. We're conspiring, man.
Man, I'm telling you, you
Oh shit.
doppelgangers.
Oh shit. What do we do, man? Let me pull up what the 10 things that you would know. Uh, Y'all know she's joking, man. 10 things that will let you know that something is a conspiracy, man. So let me go ahead and pull this screen up, do a screen share. Let's see. I got dual monitors here, man. So you kind of, whenever sit, I just always say that because when people see me looking over, you're probably wondering like, what the hell is he looking at, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm looking at this, man. All right, yeah, I found an article, man. Hold on a second, man. Well, let's talk about Occam's razor.
hmm
Uh, you familiar with Occam's razor,
Oh yeah,
right?
no doubt, no doubt.
Okay. So let me go ahead and put it over here. What Occam's razor is on this other screen. Man, it's tripping, man. It's a conspiracy, man. It's keeping me. It's some shit that's keeping me from sharing my screen, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at it, man. It's conspiring, man. The evil, man. They don't want us to know. Ah, damn. Here you go. All right. They don't want us to know, man. They don't want us to know about Occam's razor. They don't want black folks to know, man. They just, it's, what, man? It just seems like it might not be the case, Anyway, so let's go to share screen, man.
Yeah.
All right. All right, man. So I hate being a Wikipedia scholar, but this is a simple definition of Occam's razor. As principle from philosophy, suppose there exist two explanations for an occurrence. In this case, the one that requires the least amount of speculation is usually better. Another way of saying it is the more assumptions that you have to make, the more unlikely is an explanation. So we could talk about this whole Nipsey Hussle thing.
hmm
I was on listen. I've been listening to some of the conversations about it, and what we've heard people say that I've even heard some people say that he's not dead.
Oh no.
So in order for this to happen, for him to not be dead, there would have to be some sort of government conspiracy for him that or a reason for them to, I guess, to plan this shooting in this crowd of people, do it where make the shooting where it's convincing enough to people and for cameras all around and for the people in the neighborhood to believe it, but actually not being true. That right there is a whale of a tale.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, that's going to be something difficult. for somebody to really kind of quantify, not to quantify, but to vet out. What's another one you've heard, man?
Well, you know, I've heard that it's a government conspiracy because this person is a government informant, so henceforth he works for the government. Well, that's kind of a contextual fallacy because he's an informant. He was an informant or is an informant. If he still is, I don't know. That doesn't mean he works for the government. He's not an employee. He's working with the government in lieu of his jail time. It's a means of restitution. It has nothing to do with him going and having a government ID, working as an employee. And that is a fallacy. So that combined with, you know, gaslighting and dialectics can cause a frenzy for absolutely no reason. Crenshaw district is a high crime district.
Period.
The brother was into that kind of lifestyle. And in that being said, there's a high probability that that's how his demise would be met. On Crenshaw and Slauson, where they shoot people on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Yeah. And business owners get robbed on Crenshaw and Slauson all the time, right?
All the time.
People get robbed.
They don't make the news. It happens all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think with the conspiracy theory, I think the hyperbole around it and the existentialism is manufactured because of the fact that it's media. Especially with social media. Now, stuff hits everybody so quickly. I mean, that Nipsey Hussle thing hit every single outlet in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
It was international, which probably wouldn't have happened traditionally, but and it's still going on. And now his album is like number 2. When he was alive, it wasn't saying like that. It was regarded as one of the best albums of the year, but now it's phenomenal. And I can say the same thing for Tupac and Biggie. The hysteria around the ideology, the stigmata around these people, and how it attacks your ability to be intelligent, man. You gotta be intelligent.
You know, then we got this one. I just pulled this one up. You know, where I've been reading, you know, that people saying, hey, Jay-Z, he put up $15 million for Nipsey Hussle for his kids in a trust fund. And I'm like, well, why would Jay-Z put up $15 million for a trust fund for a millionaire? If Nipsey Hussle owned all this property and owned all this, you know, this stuff going on in the, you know, in this area, he owned this plaza. What interest would Jay-Z have in putting up $15 million for his kids?
Nipsey mentioned it in one of his songs called Rap Niggas. He says he's got $1 million on his flesh. So he was inferring insurance. So again, I mean, $15 million is just not rational, bro. You can't write off $15 million.
No, man.
You can't even do that. So I wouldn't see a person like Jay with any kind of accountant would allow him to donate $15 million. With the Patriot Act in place, I don't think that would be wise.
It's crazy, man.
Yes, man. Yes, it is, man. You know, like I said, man, I think it's just that we got the double consciousness and the effects of the systematic racism, man. I think that's the reason why we're susceptible to conspiracy theories. To the degree that we do. I mean, it's funny, Alex Jones made a career off black people. Because most of them feed into what he talks about. It's really not his genre. Most people are like, give me a break. But we take stuff and we run with it.
What was it you said the other day, man, about culture?
In retrospect to what? In what context?
You were saying that, you know, because we were lacking culture.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, because of our identity crisis, we don't really have an understanding of culture. We really don't market culture to each other. Because a racist, you know, even the term racist, the suffix ist means market, to market, to sell, to propagate. So the white supremacists, who happens to be white, you have black supremacists, you got all kinds of supremacists, markets the idea or fallacy, a false dichotomy fallacy to black people that there are only black and white people in the world. And that black people fight white people and white people fight black people. And that's not. The gray area is taken. And so what that does, that creates cultural misappropriation. So either they just say, oh yeah, that Spanish guy, he's white. Or this Russian guy is white.
Yeah.
Because of the colloquial term white. Not realizing black is equally a colloquial term. It's not a cultural term. Just like we use the term African, but if you go to Africa, there are different tribes that comprise Africa.
Yeah.
There's 68 tribes in Nigeria, but you call a person in Nigeria. But they identify with a particular tribe. And with that tribe comes a dialect and the whole way of life. So in America, it's kind of hard for us to correlate the two. Because in America, you got the East Coast, the West Coast, the North and the South, the Midwest. And all of us have different culture groups. Even though we would be colloquially considered black, we identify differently. So what happened to Nipsey Hussle on the West Coast may have been different in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Gang culture is totally different. And so it just because we have a lack of intelligence, no disrespect to our people, because I love being black. I'm unapologetically black. Because we lack the ability to maintain intelligence and have proper deductive reasoning, our abductive reasoning is kind of obscured and obtuse. And that's where Occam's razor comes into play. The ability to create an abductive heuristic that allows us to process things fairly. And we don't really deal in abductive heuristics, man. I mean, most people don't even know what that is. Not downplaying it, but it's just we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't talk about what a heuristic is.
Hey, what's up, Rainy Woman? Hanlon said there's 68 tribes in Nigeria that's scammer tribes.
You're right, man. They might be all over here. They might be here. Yeah. They get it in over here, man.
You know what I'm saying? They run the black conscious community.
You know what, that series though, it's an interesting layer. You know, like with you got the big conflict with ADOS and Pan-Africanism, and ADOS reminds me of Pan-Africanism. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think ADOS has a great platform. I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually support it. But Pan-Africanism started out that way too, and it still hasn't come to fruition. And we're getting close to 70 years with Pan-Africanism. And I haven't seen any fruits of the labor yet. I'm waiting on Africa to come and pan their ass over here. I haven't seen Africa's presence over here at all.
Yeah. I see them panhandling.
Yes. Yes.
I see them panhandling.
I'm waiting, I'm trying to see if any Pan-Africanists are going to support the efforts of Nipsey Hussle and the American Africans that are supporting his legacy.
Yeah.
If Eritrea is going to come around and show some honor and respect to their fellow Eritrea.
Yeah, well, they ended their civil war finally with Ethiopia.
Yes. Finally.
This past year. And so, yeah. Yeah, they ended their civil war this past year. So that's a whole nother aspect of something that's going on, dynamic, that we still that we've kind of taken away. We're kind of keeping out of the whole Nipsey Hussle discussion. How did his father get here? His father got here because of Civil War. So they say his father, they say he came from the bottom.
Yeah.
But as we both know, that there is the Eritrean and Ethiopian community are both highly active, involved. And they, they're highly active and they're highly involved with each other. So they give each other a good support system, a good support base.
Yeah.
So then you start to say, all right, was he the same? Was he, did he have the same situation as an ADOS?
I would ultimately say yes, because of his mother. Although, albeit it'd be quite complicated for 20 years of his 33 years, he lived in America, Africa. And his mother was born in America. So that's where people misunderstand ADOS. ADOS is not saying we're going to cross line, draw lines between American-born Africans and continental Africans. What we're talking about is the misappropriation of money, flat out, that's the bottom line. And one interview I watched with Nipsey, which is why I have such great respect for that brother, may he rest in peace, is he mentioned how he studied Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And it's a very simple yet complex. It kind of falls under Occam's razor construct, where if your basic needs are met, then psychological and self-fulfillment needs are going to suffer. So if food, clothing, and shelter is not met, then there is no ability to conceive unity, love, friendship, trust, self-fulfillment, self-esteem. If you don't have no water, man, if you don't have any pants and shoes to wear, if you don't not eating quality food, you're not getting your nutrition, what makes you think we're going to come together? And I think we focus on conspiracy theories and not eating and drinking some clean water. I think that's really retarded, man. I think as a collective, we got to let all that conspiracy stuff go, man. You think it's a conspiracy because the government is poisoning water and stuff like that. But what are you doing to get water to those people, or are those people helping themselves? What's going on? Are we thinking intelligent about the situation?
I mean, yeah, if you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you look kind of at where we are as a people in America, Black people in America, we really have never met, really. I mean, we've never made it past the first level.
No, the first two levels we don't get by. Never, really. The basic needs, we don't. Isn't that something? But it's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle kind of shows how W.B. Du Bois, many people have their opinion about the whole town, the 10th thing. I think it's ridiculous. But W.B. Du Bois had made a point of double consciousness. Our expectations of ourselves are extremely low. And, Nipsey Hussle is just like during the antebellum period and when slaves were freed. A lot of slaves chose to stay on the plantation because they have never been at a psychological level of self-esteem or love. They never had an intimate relationship or friends in regards to loving each other. So when they were told they were free, it was like, I have no safety and security if I leave here. So why would I leave my plantation?
Look at that, social stability, family, property, employment, job, health. So, yeah.
I mean, we're conditioned to be employees. We find security in employment. We find security in nominal wages. We don't believe in taking risks. We don't actually understand what the American dream is. We have no comprehension of that. Meanwhile, an immigrant understands that. Look, you want to see poverty? I got 10-year-olds carrying AKs over here in Somalia. So if I got to live, if 10 of us got to live in a studio apartment in America, we know that America's land of the free, home of the brave. We can make a dream happen in America. Because they have an understanding and fulfillment that is different than that in America. Because in America, our basic needs are under siege.
Yeah.
We have, poverty is one of the major issues and the lack of economic awareness. It's messed up, man. The reigning woman is tripping.
What's she saying?
You better stop talking about my people.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, this is how it is, man. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad we stuck in this state right now, man. And there's 29 videos in 33 days, best money grab to spin the narrative. Yep. I agree, Hanlon. I agree, man. And I see what guys like I've seen guys, man, they've been running nothing but videos just straight.
Oh man, you got live channels now that almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that I would say the motivation is poverty. I mean, YouTube, the way it's structured is almost like a 360 deal from the label.
Yeah.
They go 70-30, sometimes 80-20 when it comes to revenue. And you don't have a say-so in the ads, and you don't know what the ad, what they're advertising company, you don't know what they're getting paid to advertise on your channel.
Yep.
All you know is you're getting your cut, but you don't know what your cut is. And that's how conspiracy theories are manufactured. I believe race marketers, I like to be a little bit more precise than just saying you're racist, but race marketers who market race and monopolize race, they sell us poverty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what made Nipsey apparently relative was the fact that he could still walk amidst poverty, which ultimately created his demise. Even though he had a net worth in under a year of $2 million, he touched $1 million 10 years ago, but he amassed a net worth, and it's just it's amazing.
The man had his own cryptocurrency, and yet still we believe that Jay-Z set up a $15 million trust fund for his kids.
No, man. It's nuts. He had the world's first smart store. The world's first and still only smart store. The Marathon store, brother, he would sell clothing, right? He controlled the aesthetics, all that stuff. He went into e-commerce under the advice of Mark Echo. And Mark Echo advised him, you know, go e-commerce. This was way back in 2012, before the e-commerce boom hit. And the brother integrated in his, he integrated a QR code into each label of his clothing. So when people bought the clothing, they would automatically download his album, and the album would be sent to them email. So when they scanned it with the register, it registered as an album sale and a clothing sale simultaneously. Absolutely ingenious. And who followed the model? Travis Scott. Who's married to Kardashian. Followed the model, #1 song in a matter of days.
Yeah.
Still on the charts because of that. And no one's talking about that. A gangbanger who was part of the Illuminati, who was connected to Dr. Sebi, and the government wanted to kill Dr. Sebi and him. And anybody associated, I mean, Dr. Sebi lived to be 80 what? That's normal lifespan.
And that's usually what people who are in it, you know, they die of some sort of respiratory disease, respiratory failure.
Which pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Yes.
You put an 80-year-old man inside of a Honduras jail cell, have him sleeping on the floor. I don't care what kind of water he's drinking.
Man, that's another fallacy. The body needs acidity, and his body had allergic reaction, which created an infection. You know, mucus doesn't kill you; it's a protectant. I mean, it's just stuff that, man, instead of us just taking time and processing back, all I say is that's why I believe in Black intelligentsia, man, Blerdplanet for life. Because
I mean, we
process
look at
your information.
Process your information, man. That's it. You know, really just ask the question: what if? What if we're wrong, man? What if you're wrong, man? What if it just really just look like, man? It looks like, you know, somebody just came on and blew the dude's brains out, man.
I mean, that's what it looks like, man.
Somebody
I see hood politics where Nipsey Hussle was possibly set up within his hood politics. Because it happens all the time. If you got status in the hood, you're a gangbanger, you got a bag, you got money. It's in your best interest to not hang around, because the person right next to you is starving. So they don't have compassion, love, and self-fulfillment. It's like Maslow's hierarchy to a T. They look at him as food. They don't see friend. They see opportunity. They see food. They have a misunderstanding of being an opportunist capitally. Like if we tell the majority of Black folks, that it's in your best interest to be a capitalist. You should start off by being a social capitalist. The first thing they say is, no, the government is a capitalist. I don't want to practice capitalism. I said nothing about capitalism. I never said creating a governmental structure. I said being a social capitalist. And if blacks capitalize on one another, we'd have Booker T. Washington again. We'd have Carter G. Woodson again.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have those because we're capitalizing on our own revenue per capita. We're also controlling our social disbursement. Because think about all the funding, the sponsorship, and the money was made off Nipsey Hussle hashtag. How much of that money you think went to the family? Exactly. But there are other social capitalists that are marketing race that are not even our race. So when you see something like ADOS, you're mad at the damn acronym. So they would have said African descendants, African or descendants of African slaves, would have been okay. Because slavery was in Africa way before America.
They said there was more Europeans enslaved in North Africa than there were Africans.
Yeah.
In America, in the United States of America.
Yeah. And then you understand that logistically, a handful of British Isle immigrants were not going to take over 13 million square miles of land, especially Western Africa and the coast. They would not know how to navigate the Congo, so that didn't happen. But when you have political unrest and there was racism and bigotry between different tribes, where you see proof that color was not a factor, they would turn over their own POWs to the race, to the human trafficking people, or so-called Europeans. And particularly a specific group of Europeans, not all Europeans. Of course, all Europeans benefit from the actions of wealthy Anglo-Saxon Protestants, specifically that happened to migrate to America. It wasn't just a group of ragtag white folks.
Ragtag, man, the 18 white folks, man.
Yeah, 18 white folks, bro. Yeah.
The 18 pilgrims just got sent over here, man.
No, that ain't how that went down. You know what I'm saying? But again, because it's coming to an age, that would be funny, man. It'd be like 6 pilgrims. Hey, man, let's go over to America and take this shit over.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But what you got? I got about 3 muskets. Yeah, okay, we got it, man.
There was a book that I read. It was a book I read a while back. It was Guns, Germs, and Steel. Have you heard of that book?
No, man. I'll check that out.
Guns, Germs, and Steel, as you can see. Look at that, man. It's a PDF. I might put it up on the website. Just out of spite. Well, yeah, so Guns, Germs, and Steel. Guns, Germs, and Steel, man, basically says that the reason that the European construct was able to overcome the African construct is because of guns. Well, obviously, the Europeans had guns. Right. Germs, which were smallpox, stuff like that, things that they received, that immunities that they had because they lived in such close proximity to their animals. And steel. Steel was a lot strong. Obviously, it's a lot stronger than bronze, and it's forged a different way. So technology is what actually put them over. Is what put them in a position to be able to put them in a position to be able to come in and this ragtag team of Europeans were able to come over and take over so many things.
Wow, man, I gotta check that book out, man. Yeah. I haven't read it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it on. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the site. Yeah, murder, mayhem, and pillage. That is American. That's the American way, Hannah.
That's America right there in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Murder, mayhem, and pillage. It's another aspect of conspiracy theory, which is problem, response, solution. Where, and this was in the age of the Illuminati marketing, in the early 2000s, right before the Millennium Y2K conspiracy theory that never happened. But they spent millions of dollars promoting it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. 1999 was really funny. And The PRS, which it was called, would be that the elite created the problem and the solution in order to dictate the response. And time again, we don't believe in thinking our way through our problems and developing problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
Because usually the number one cure for problem solving is self-admittance. Shit, I created the damn problem. Let me own up to it and let me be accountable and then be responsible in responding to what the hell I messed up. You know you screwed up, get over it. Okay, I did something I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
All right, how do I address the problem? You know, but again, we have a complex of entitlement out of frustration. It's understandable, and we have to be compassionate toward each other. But we also have to realize that, honestly and realistically, more than likely 1% of us will really understand true emancipation in this white supremacy system. Because we don't understand the overlay. We believe in the fallacy of race. Their race has no credibility anymore because race is based on phenotypes and genetics. And at 2019, with the advent of technology, engineering, and math in the field of genetics and cellular biology, phenotypes overlap each other, bro.
Yeah.
So all blacks don't look the same, and all blacks don't carry one particular phenotype trait. So you can't use race as a means to identify ethnicity and nationality. Those are three different things.
Right.
It's just like Adolf addresses nationality, it addresses ethnicity, and it addresses race. Three separate situations. Because we are American nationals who have Afro ethnicity. And being an American national, I have rights given to me by the United States Constitution and the laws thereof, statutes and codes that are given to me through Congress and ratified through Senate. I have rights to that. It has nothing to do with the fact that you come from Africa. It appears that but what people don't realize is, okay, Adolf, we're addressing reparations here. We coming for Africa ass too.
Oh yeah, man, please.
Africa owes money too. Don't get it twisted. She said, okay, now you're talking fighting words. Introspection, accountability. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. That's yeah, you know. Oh man. I swear, man, I love black people, man. And the only reason that's the only reason I don't give up on us, man, is because I love us so much, man.
Yeah.
And I know that we're a sick people, man. And we, most of us have never achieved past the second level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So then, that puts us in a self-esteem, as kind of in a self-esteem vacuum where we don't have it in general. And when you don't have self-esteem, you begin to hate the person that looks just like you because you hate yourself.
Oh man, yeah. Self-hate is serious, man.
Yeah. So you probably see all the. Go ahead, my fault, man.
No, go ahead, bro.
You'll probably see all these numbers and things on the screen. Now, this is way I'm going to tell you if you got
your confirmation bias. Yes,
yeah, if you have your own YouTube channel, let me tell you a secret. secret.
Yeah.
Anyway, over here, these are keywords. So these are words that you could put in you could put into your description of your of your video.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a free tool that you get, a free extension that you can put on Google Chrome. It's called Keywords Anywhere. And so
I'm putting that in there right now. I'm doing that now.
Yeah. So what it tells you, man, is kind of what the search volume is for the keyword. Belief perseverance, belief bias, different ways you can always say things. You can say things in your description. Confirmation bias examples, belief perseverance. And so what you can do is you can add up, let's say you add up all these different words and different versions of the words. And that's going to give you a baseline as to what type of video you could play, what type of video or what you should put in your description.
Holy smokes, Batman. It's a conspiracy.
It's conspiracy. And right here at the top, you see where it says volume.
Yes.
Volume 110,000 a month. So it's 110,000 searches a month for this. Now let's say you have your video monetized, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your video monetized and you want to figure out what's the best way to make the most money out of your video. So we would look at the CPC. So then we would build our keywords around the CPC.
Jeez.
Okay. So you guys, I know this, man, because this is what I do for a living. That's why I have all this stuff. Most people just don't have this stuff sitting on their on their Google Chrome. So let's look up something. Let's look up Nipsey Hussle's death, man. Let's see what kind of volume this is bringing. So all these people who are doing this, you know, who are doing this to get this, you know, we call it clout chasing.
Hey man, like, comment, and subscribe, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's see what y'all getting, man. Like, comment, and subscribe to Blerd Planet. Visit Blerdplanet.com.
Sure, man.
You know, man. Come on, y'all. Do this. Come join the matrix, man, of Blerdplanet.com. Continue. Carry on, brother.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right. Right on. I can dig it. So I've typed in Nipsey Hussle death. And right now so if I would put in, you know, Nipsey Hussle death, you know, exactly these keywords and exactly this order. Keyword volume is 0. And I'm sure this number is going to be skewed a little bit, but right now CPC on the 0. So you got all these guys who are putting Nipsey Hussle death in their video, and what they're finding is their video is not being monetized. And you know why it's not being monetized? Well, look, there's no CPC behind it. So no advertiser is willing to pay anything for a video that talks about Nipsey Hussle death. Well, let's say, for example, let's just type in Nipsey Hussle. Oh yeah, man, Nipsey Hussle, Hip Hop News Uncensored is ranking for it. Nipsey Hussle net worth. So Nipsey Hussle album, that's a better play. So at least you can get 6 cents per view. Oh, look at this, man. Samuel. That's his brother's name, right?
Yeah.
So his brother's name. So literally, you could put a video and title it with his brother's name, and you would make more money on it than you would make on type of Nipsey Hussle's death. That's funny, isn't it?
That's nuts.
Yeah. So he just said, you notice people had death would be monetized. So look at this Victory Lab download. So let's say you went to you had an Amazon affiliate account, and your Amazon affiliate account had you got Victory Lab. You put that in your description box. You know, you could make advertisers are paying 23 cents right now per view for this, or roughly. So Nipsey Hussle Crenshaw. So if you put in Nipsey Hussle Crenshaw, look at that, 39 cents, man. So what you want to do is, if you have a channel, you know, you have a channel and you want to kind of figure out, okay, I have this box, you know, I have this description, or I have this I have these videos. What do I do? What should I put in the description box? Should I just leave it blank? Should I not? I would tell you, no, don't leave it blank. You want to have the description as rich as possible, and you want to use something like this, keywords anywhere. This is a free tool. And then you'd build your, you know, kind of build your description around this. Look at that, man. Now, if we just type in Nipsey Hussle, that's 165,000 searches at 43 cents per search or per click. So there you go, man.
Wow.
Look at this, man. Kodak Black willing to give Lauren London a year before holler. Wow. That's super violation, man.
Wow.
That's super violation, man. You know.
Wow.
So let me go ahead and Does anybody have any questions or anything? I know I kind of showed, we talked a little bit of kind of breadth. You know, we talked about this is, we call this an SEO. We get away from guessio. We like to use science. So rather than guessing at what we should put into a description box, we like to use the tools that are available. We use science. So even, you know, we use mathematics and English, we kind of put them both together. Look at that. Sidecal made 30 videos. They were monetized, then he got demonetized. Good.
Man, I just upload. Well, we'll talk after the show.
All right.
We're going to talk after this.
Yeah. So
y'all can play if y'all want to.
Yeah. So let's go to just Blerdplanet.com. I'm going to actually put this video up on Blerdplanet.
Greatest on the universe. Greatest on the universe.
There you go.
Make sure you understand.
See, it's monetized. This is monetized.
No doubt.
So right now.
With a capital M.
There you go, man.
Let's get it.
There you go, man. See, we had this video. Look, this is monetized. So if you want to, you know, let's say you don't have a YouTube channel, let's, you know, take some time, man, write out a couple paragraphs, put it on the website, and throw Google AdWords on that, and you'll probably receive about the same monetization that you receive, or same page you receive, you know, for a Google, you know, YouTube video. So, well, that's it, brother. I know you got something. It's Saturday night. My wife is saying, "Hey, let's go out there on the porch and let's just have a conversation for a little bit."
Awesome.
So, yeah, man. And we are looking for writers for Blerd Planet. So if you want to, you know, yeah, man. If you want to write something for Blerd Planet, man, feel free, man. Just reach out to me. It's Darren at Blerdplanet.com. You could go to, I think, the email us section for business opportunities, and the you know, if you go to my channel or the actual Blerd Planet channel. So there you go. And that's all I got, brother.
That's right, man. Well, I appreciate everybody. You know, Blerd Planet for life.
Yeah,
like,
man.
comment, and subscribe. Share all the information. You got a ton of information tonight. Not only, man, you got a whole lot of functional information tonight. So let's keep it cracking, y'all. It's all about intelligence. We out of here, man. Oh, we out of here.
Right on, man. Peace. All right, man.